Welcome back to The Comic Educator, the channel where we dig into comic book history, forgotten heroes, and the characters that helped define entire eras of comics. Today we're kicking off our Gen 13 character breakdown series with the one who helped set the tone for the whole team, Caitlyn Fairchild. Caitlyn Fairchild first appeared in Gen 13 number 0 in 1994, published by Wildstorm under Image Comics. If you know 90s comics, you probably recognize her instantly. Her story starts simple enough. Caitlyn is a brilliant college student, smart, driven, and focused on her future. Then everything changes when she becomes part of an experiment tied to the Gen Factor, unlocking hidden abilities. But in Caitlyn's case, it didn't just give her powers, it completely transformed her body. She became a towering superhuman with incredible strength, speed, durability, and one of the strongest power sets on the team. And that's what makes her interesting. It's not just the powers, it's the identity shift. Imagine waking up one day in a body the world immediately reacts to differently. People stare, expectations change, life changes overnight. That became a core part of Caitlyn's story. She wasn't just learning to fight, she was learning how to live as a new version of herself. Now yes, Gen 13 had all the wild 90s energy, big action, big personalities, and bold visuals, but Caitlyn often grounded the book emotionally. As for powers, Caitlyn had super strength, speed, endurance, and durability. She was the team's powerhouse, able to stand toe-to-toe with major threats. But she wasn't just muscle, she was intelligent, strategic, and often the voice of reason, and Gen 13 needed that badly. This was not exactly a calm team. Between sarcasm, chaos, strange powers, and non-stop attitude, someone had to keep things together. Caitlyn often became that center point. Personality-wise, she didn't start as someone eager to be a hero. She was more like, why is this happening and how do I fix it? That made her relatable. Most people wouldn't instantly embrace secret powers and danger. They'd want their normal life back. But over time, Caitlyn adapted. She grew more confident, more capable, and more comfortable in her role. That's one of the best parts of her arc. It's about acceptance as much as power. Within the team, Caitlyn often became the foundation. She stepped up when things got serious, helped keep missions on track, and balanced out all the larger personalities around her. Visually, she also became one of the most recognizable Wildstorm characters of the 90s. She fit that era's bold superhero style, but still felt grounded enough to connect with readers. And that's why Caitlyn mattered so much to Gen 13's success. Even when stories got wild, she remained the emotional center readers could latch onto. She also represents something bigger about 90s comics, transformation. That decade loved stories about becoming something more, something different, something unexpected. Caitlyn fits that theme, but with more emotional depth than people sometimes give credit for. Because underneath the action, her story is really about identity. Who are you when everything changes? How do you adapt when the world sees you differently? How do you stay grounded when life becomes larger than life? That's Caitlyn Fairchild. She's not just a team member, she's a foundation. Without her, Gen 13 loses a lot of its balance. She brought strength, stability, and growth all in one character. So that's Caitlyn Fairchild, a college student turned powerhouse, a reluctant hero turned leader, and one of the key reasons Gen 13 became one of the standout teams of the 90s. Next up in this series, we're diving into one of the most laid-back, sarcastic, and unexpectedly powerful members of the team, Grunge. Thanks for hanging out with me here on The Comic Educator. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like, subscribe, and stick around for the full Gen 13 series. Until next time, keep reading, keep collecting, and keep being awesome.